No! I'm on one, guys. On another one, guys. I think it's about the same size. Oh my gosh, guys. I'm on a good fish right now. Let's go. Can't tell what it is yet, but I'm on something real decent. Oh, that is a beautiful, beautiful largemouth bass, guys. Holy crap. What is going on, guys, and welcome to another episode of All Mouth Bassing. So this one's gonna be a lot different than usual because I'm actually down south right now to do some fishing, and I'm in Louisiana. I've never actually been in this state before. I'm in a town I can't even pronounce the name of, and I'm just at a little lake out here that is supposed to have some pretty decent bass fishing. So the water is real high and real muddy out here. It's been raining a lot lately, so we'll see how it goes. I'm gonna mostly probably stick to like black and blue kind of colors, so hopefully they contrast well with that dark muddy water, and maybe the bass will see it well. Maybe I'll get a couple strikes. But anyway, a little later on, I'm gonna be driving the rest of the way down to New Orleans, where I'm gonna be spending a couple days with a friend, and then I'm gonna head the rest of the way down to Florida, where I'm actually planning on moving. I've been keeping it pretty quiet, but I'm moving down to Florida, and that's what I'm on my way to do. That's what I'm doing this little cross-country trip for. The weather has been really crappy all the way through New Mexico and Texas, so I didn't really bother to do any fishing or filming through there, just kind of beeline straight to here where the weather was better. Gonna try to do some fishing, spend some time with some friends and family down around the south, and then, like I said, moving down to Florida, where I'm gonna hopefully get into some awesome different species that I haven't really got into yet, and some of the best bass fishing in the country, supposedly. We'll see how it goes. That's how it's supposed to be down there, and that's part of the reason I'm moving down there. So that's about all I got to say about it. I'm gonna get down to this little lake and see if we could catch some fish. Okay guys, I am down by the water now, and I've got this black and blue Yum Christie craw rigged up on a black and blue weedless jig. I'm gonna toss this around by the dock a couple times before I actually walk out on the dock, just in case there's anything hiding underneath it. I'm thinking this little jig should put off a pretty good amount of movement, along with these claws that kick quite a bit on the Christie craws, and the black and blue should show it pretty good in this chocolate milk. Gonna get it out there, and hopefully I can get a bass or two. Alright, let's rip a few casts off the dock now. Just gonna go parallel to it a couple times. There's no railing on this dock. I gotta remember not to walk off the edge of it. I'm used to fishing docks with rails. Ooh, I like that skip. No! I'm on one, guys. On the skip cast. That is awesome, and it's a decent bass too. Come here, buddy. Hell yes, guys. My first southern bass ever. Decent little, probably like 1.5 pound, 2 pounder. Nice largie. Let's go. I'm so stoked right now. I didn't get a weight on it or anything because my scale is buried in my car, but man, what a healthy, beautiful little bass. Let's get it back in the water. Awesome. really snaggy under there. What am I on? Well, I just got hung up and snapped my jig off anyway, so I would say that's a pretty good time to call it a day and get back on the road, start heading a little further south. Man, I am already loving the south, guys. I stopped at the little gas station across the road just to grab some gas, and I am crazy impressed with the bait selection they have in here. And the pricing is actually fairly decent too. I'm probably gonna pick up a couple of these. Looks like maybe custom spinners and jigs here. They're only $2.99 a pop, so I think I'm gonna grab one or two of those. Well, all right, guys, I am just a little bit behind schedule for the day, but I'm pretty happy with how things are going so far. Caught my first southern bass and it was a beauty, and now I got my gas pumped. I went ahead and I picked up a couple baits from their decent little bait selection in this little shop here. I got these Wild Craw Juniors. These were only $4.99. I needed some more black and blue baits for down here in the muddy water. And I also picked up this black and yellow H&H spinner bait. This looks like it should be pretty decent too. I never saw one of these before. I don't know if that's a mass-produced one or if it's some kind of custom. It looks like it might be some kind of custom. I can't really tell. But anyway, this was only $2.99, so super cheap and looks decent. I'm gonna probably fish these later on the trip, and I'm glad I saw them when I went in there. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead, get back on the highway, and head towards New Orleans. All right, guys, first of all, don't mind all the noise because I'm underneath a bridge right now over the Pascagoula River. But anyway, though, I am in Mississippi now, actually. I did do a little bit of fishing in Louisiana out there. I tried fishing in New Orleans, but it just didn't go so well for me, so didn't really get any good footage out there. But I've moved on to Mississippi at this point, and I'm gonna try catching a few bass in this river here. So I probably won't stick around too crazy long here because I'm gonna get back on the road and keep heading towards Florida, but I'm gonna give it at least a little bit of a try, and hopefully we have some luck. Let's see how it goes. All right, guys, unfortunately I didn't really have any luck at that first river spot. It looked real juicy with all those bridge pylons and everything, but I cast around with multiple baits for quite a while there and just didn't really get any bites. So I went ahead and I moved on to another spot on the same river system, and I'm gonna go ahead and keep throwing around this chartreuse underspin with the live worm tipped on it. Hopefully I get a little better luck over here. Gonna get it out there and we'll see what happens. Ooh, a lot of trees here. Let's go, guys. I'm finally on one. Not huge or anything. Little largemouth, but I will take it. Oh no, it's got me hung up in some crap. Come on, bud, don't do all that. All right, I think I got him out. Let's go. Let's freaking go, guys. What a struggle. I am so stoked right now. Hell yes. Well, all right, guys, it took me like 3 hours to get this little bass, but I couldn't be more stoked for it. It's my first Mississippi largie ever. I will take it. Let's get it swimming again, though. There it goes. Thanks for biting, bud. Hell yeah. Well, that little bass was an awesome catch, and I'm still stoked for it, but I was getting just a little bit bored throwing around that underspin, and since this water is a little more muddy over here, I'm thinking that the black and blue might do a little better here. So I tied back on one of these Wild Craw Juniors on a little Texas rig with a 16th ounce bullet weight. I'm gonna go ahead, toss this around, and hopefully I could get something a little bit bigger to eat it. We'll see. On another one, guys. I think it's about the same size. All right. Heck yeah. Just a tiny bit smaller than that first one, but I will take it. Awesome. All right, awesome. That is 2 Mississippi largies under my belt now, and that bite actually came a lot quicker than the first one, so I really should get back on the road, but I think I'm actually gonna keep fishing a little bit more. Anyway though, let's get this guy swimming again. Cool. So I just kept after it with this craw for well over another hour, and I'm already pretty well past the time I had planned on getting out of here anyway, and the bite has been pretty slow, so I'm starting to feel like maybe I overstayed my welcome in Mississippi a bit. I think I'm gonna go ahead and move on to the next spot. Next time y'all see me, I'll probably be in Florida. Well guys, unfortunately I got caught up in Mississippi for a couple extra days because I ran into a little bit of car trouble on the highway. But on the bright side, I came down into Pascagoula, Mississippi, where I found this awesome little automotive shop called Affordable Automotive Care. And Chris and Billy took care of me awesome. They were even nice enough to welcome me into their home and take me out for lunch while we waited on the parts to come in. So really great experience, super affordable, and they're doing a great job. So I highly recommend these guys, Affordable Automotive Care. They said they do occasionally bounce back and forth between the south and like up in the west Colorado area. So keep an eye out for Affordable Automotive Care. If you're ever in any of those areas and you run into car trouble, these guys will take care of you great. Well, all right guys, it is another day later now, and I finally got my car back on the highway last night, and I managed to make my way into North Florida. I'm planning on trying to get down to Southwest Florida by the end of the day today, but I found this little chain of ponds that looked pretty decent, and I decided to stop here and try doing a little fishing. So looks like there should be some decent bass in here based on the way the ponds look. There are actually 3 here, and the water clarity is a lot better than I was expecting. So I've got a more natural bait on. I've got this 5-inch wacky rig in the color watermelon tied on, and I've got it on a weighted wacky hook. Just gonna try launching this around, and hopefully I could get into some bass in here. I might just end up sticking to this pond if I have any luck here, because it looks pretty good, but if I'm struggling a bit, I may end up moving on to the other 2 ponds and trying my luck there. No luck at that first pond yet, unfortunately, so I decided to move on to the second one, and I'm gonna try my luck over here. Oh my gosh, guys. I'm on a good fish right now. Let's go. Can't tell what it is yet, but I'm on something real decent. Oh, that is a beautiful, beautiful largemouth bass, guys. Holy crap. I don't know. Wow, this could be a PB for me, guys. Like a literal lifetime PB. This is a tank. Oh my God. Stay pinned, please. All right, well, netting it didn't work out, but holy crap, guys. What a freaking monster. I don't think I have a scale on me. I'm almost certain I don't, but I think this is my PB bass, guys. This thing is a giant. Holy crap. Well, I guess you could say I'm having fun in the South so far. This is awesome. Man, what a freaking stud of a bass, guys. I don't have a scale on me, like I said, so I don't know if I could call it an official PB, but I'm pretty sure it is. This thing is huge. If it's not a PB, it is real close to it. This thing's a unit. I can literally put my hand in its mouth. It's insane. But anyway, let's get it back in the water. There it goes, taken right off, nice and healthy. That's what we like to see. Hell yeah, guys. What an amazing catch. I'm so happy right now. Well, I just kept at it for quite a bit longer than I had planned, and I didn't really have any more luck. I got one little bite off camera and I missed it, and that's about it. But it's starting to rain pretty hard and I've got to get back on the road anyway, so I've got about a mile walk out. I think I'm gonna pack it up and head out of here pretty quick here, but first I'm just gonna take one last cast over where I caught that nice bass. If I don't get a bite on this cast, I'm calling it a day. All right, guys, as y'all could see, that trip ended up being an absolute ton of fun. I ended up getting some decent bass in Mississippi, Louisiana, and Florida. Unfortunately, the weather in most of the other spots I went through kind of sucked, and so I just kind of darted right through those spots and got to where I was going. But I mean, my first Florida bass ever was definitely a 5+ pounder. That bass was huge. I wish I would have got a measurement and weight on it, but that thing was massive. I was so stoked for it. Literally one of my biggest largies ever, and it was my first bass in Florida. So just like blew my mind, and I couldn't have been happier about that. I also caught that pretty nice one in Louisiana, and then I caught a couple decent ones in Mississippi there. So couldn't have been happier with the fishing. I would have liked to have got into a little more fishing in the other states, especially Texas, but that's okay. It's the way it goes sometimes. It was snowing, sleeting, or raining pretty much the whole way through the other states. So, and New Mexico doesn't really have too much great fishing anyway, so I just kind of blew through there, and that's what I figured I'd do. But yeah, overall, really great time, really amazing trip. I ended up staying in New Orleans for quite a while than I planned because I was having a ton of fun down there. And yeah, that kind of probably cut into a little bit of the time I would have spent fishing, but that's okay. I ended up putting together a video I'm super happy with for you guys, excuse me. And so yeah, I'm stoked for the way that went in general. And now stay tuned for more southern fishing videos in the future because they're coming. Thanks again for watching, guys. I'll see you on the next one, and I'll see you on the water.